Hey guys, what's up? Murder of Birds here. Welcome back to the channel. So we are back with another episode of Frieren Beyond Journey's End with episode 4. This is going to be my reaction. Can I be honest with you guys? I don't think I've ever done this before, but I just feel like I need to be transparent with you. I have a blanket wrapped around me right now. It's kind of cold in my apartment. I know I could have gone my whole life without telling you that, but I feel like we're close enough to where we could be honest with each other. I'm a little cold, so I decided to like bundle up for this next episode. I feel like this series is just really cozy in general, so I'm just getting set up for probably another episode of emotions and heartfelt moments and all that stuff. But I just finished watching episode 3, an absolute spectacle. I just tweeted out too, like, I cannot believe how good Frieren is, and there were so many comments that were like, they put crack in that anime, I swear to God. But yeah, it's so not a dull moment. Everything feels so good. Everything feels so like I just want to be along for the journey. You know what I mean? The first half of the episode was great, kind of building and strengthening, the relationship between Frieren and Fern. I also want to talk about the intro after we get through this initial intro of this video before we start episode 4, because I actually rewatched the intro after watching episode 3 before this video, and I didn't realize, like, after watching a couple of episodes, I feel like I can like perceive some things going on. And so I'm gonna go through some like point by point moments in the intro just to kind of clarify or reinforce my thoughts before we carry on to see how things will develop. But yeah, the last episode 3 was great. We had a lot of great moments with Fern and Frieren, with her birthday and getting that cute little, like, that little hairpin that she has that kind of makes her hairstyle look a lot better than just being straight. You know, she looks cute. She looks adorable in it. You know, like, I think that's kind of like I mentioned in the last episode, Frieren's chance of, like, kind of having a more connected relationship with someone who is a human that's not like her, that isn't going to live as long as her, and it's kind of like a reflection of Himmel. First half was great. Second half was even more exciting for the potential of like upping the stakes, developing more like combat and action oriented scenes as the show goes on. This is Madhouse, you know, the animation studio behind like Death Note and Hunter x Hunter, which is my favorite anime of all time. And for them to pop off against that little squabble with Qual, which was pretty like not that serious. Like, Fern kind of held her ground. She was kind of adapting in her like defensive magic, and then Frieren just fucking one-shot that guy. I wonder how the stakes are going to evolve if someone is on Frieren's level, which I'm not entirely sure that's possible unless it's another elf, because she's lived such a long time. She collects spells, for Christ's sake. She seems incredibly knowledgeable about old spells, recent spells. Her magic is also evolving, where like her Zoltrak magic, killing magic, was like, it just kind of like usurped Qual in its entirety. So I feel like there's a chance for a lot of things to develop. There's that one character in the intro, the red hair. He uses like an axe or a sword, I think, from the intro. So he seems like he's going to be like a warrior or a knight or something. So there seems to be like different levels of like high fantasy, like class-based concepts, right? So like we have the mages, and now we're going to get into the knights, and then maybe some archers and stuff like that. Who knows? But yeah, very excited to jump into episode 4. Loved how episode 3 played out. I like the little memory moments we got with Himmel and the squad, with Eisen, Himmel, and Heiter and Frieren, talking about like some of their favorite foods. And I'm expecting, like, I will be shocked if there's an episode that doesn't have a moment of the past in it, given the fact, and like we also got moments of the past with young Himmel and much older Himmel, like him in his elderly years. So, I think that's just really cool. That's like some of my favorite moments of just seeing that squad together, just because they were sold so well in the first couple of episodes of their like time spent over the last 10 years. So yeah, with all of that said, we're going to check out little bits and pieces of the intro just so I can kind of get my thoughts out, and then we're going to start episode 4. So let's check it out. So I just want to show little bits and pieces here, but the first thing I noticed was this like quick shot right here that I had to like pause the video on. It shows like the silver crescent top of a staff with a purple cloth on here with someone in the middle. I don't know if this is going to be like considered like an overarching bad, like an overarching villain maybe. I know like the journey so far doesn't really have an overarching plot or an overarching threat at the moment. But given that there's like swords in the distance and stuff like that, and like there's this like silhouetted person, I'm wondering if this is going to be someone that they have to deal with. Also, this staff kind of looks a little bit like Frieren's. Frieren's is gold with red in the middle and this like reddish cloth right here. Fern's staff right now is brown with purple. So I don't know if Fern is going to get like an upgraded staff, and maybe Fern is going to like confront this person. I don't know if this is, or if this is just like another staff of Frieren's. So that's like one of the things I was thinking about. This next shot here is interesting. So I was talking about the ring that Frieren was like overlooking in the first episode, and this is like a super quick shot. So it has Frieren, Himmel, and then if you continue, it shows the ring that she was holding. So I'm almost guaranteeing that like he gave her that ring as like, I don't know if, again, I don't know if it was a promise ring. I doubt it was like a wedding or a marriage thing. It was probably just like, hey, I have feelings for you. Please hold on to this. If you ever think of, you know, and whenever you have this, you'll always think of me, or something sentimental, you know, something that was trying to get his feelings across without maybe directly saying it. And I feel like that's going to be one of the most bittersweet parts of the show for Frieren in particular, is like maybe realizing her feelings for Himmel after the fact, like years after the fact, when she wasn't able to realize it or really didn't feel it at the time. So I feel like this ring is definitely symbolic of some type of unrequited love potentially. And this is kind of like what solidified the parallel of the past and the present. So this shot, it shows Himmel. This shot here shows Eisen and Heiter, but then it transitions to Fern and this character mirroring Heiter and Eisen. And given the fact that we met Fern with Heiter in episode 2, I'm wondering if we're going to meet this character when we see Eisen in the future, I'm assuming, and then he'll eventually be joining us as kind of like another protege to join Frieren's party. I don't know if something's gonna happen to Eisen, kind of like Heiter, which is why Fern had to, why they had Fern join Frieren in the first place. And then they have Frieren here that represents like her paralleling Himmel as the main leader of the party. So the intro, I actually really like the intro. Like the song is definitely growing on me, but I think like all of these little bits and pieces and moments here, like watching it for the first time during episode like 1, I think, or episode 2, I wasn't really able to like divulge anything because I didn't really know what I was watching. It was just a bunch of like non-contextual stuff. But now it's like, oh, okay, I'm actually like picturing things coming together in my mind. And then we get a bunch of characters here too. And again, this looks like Eisen, right? His hair, his like shoulder pads, his red cape, and then this is the same boy, much younger, just like how like the shot back here, we have Fern who's super young, and then we transition to this kid who's super young. So I don't think we're gonna meet him this young, because him and Fern kind of look like the same age, but I'm assuming these two know each other, like Eisen and this kid know each other. Something might happen to Eisen, or Eisen might just entrust him to us, and then he's gonna join our party. And then there's some other characters here too. We have another elf, an elf man. We have this guy, we have this other, I don't know if this is the same guy, like the kid but older, because he's got red hair too, but there's this guy too. And then you have someone at a tree, you have these two. I don't know who this is at the tree, but there's obviously this character as well. I'm assuming we'll learn more about them as time goes on. This is interesting too. I actually thought, like, this shot goes by super quick, so I actually didn't notice. I assumed that this was Himmel's statue, but this is actually a statue of 2 people. And then there's this guy here with like a sword on his back. His sword kind of looks a little bit like the sword that one figure is holding, but I don't know who this is, but just more moments of the past or more moments of the future that we'll see. And this shot right here, again, that is definitely Eisen in the background with the axe that the kid is now holding, and he looks to be crying in the rain. I don't know if something happened or what the case might be with Eisen. I know that I think he's a dwarf, so he is kind of long living, so something might happen to him and his, you know, maybe this is his apprentice. I have no idea. And then there's this lady. I have no idea who this is. She looks gorgeous. I'm assuming she's important. She's in like this random flower field. And then this character looks nefarious as hell. Have no idea. This could potentially be another like end game like big baddie. They seem like an elf that like based on their ears. They have a bunch of books, so they have a lot of knowledge, probably also collecting spells too. Wouldn't be surprised if they're like a rival of Frieren's. We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, the intro is fantastic. A lot of nice tidbits in there. I have no idea. I have no context of any of it, but I did rewatch the intro and I felt the need to, at the very least, like ramble a little bit about my findings. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that. All right, guys, we're going to be checking out Frieren episode 4. I hope you guys enjoyed. This is taking place 28 years after the death of Himmel the Hero at the Grand's channel located in the Central Land. So another year has passed between episode 3 and 4, which I don't know if this is going to be a going trend where a year is basically passing between episodes. It just feels like, it's like, oh my God, there's so much stuff happening that we're still not seeing. We're getting little bits, like we're getting little snapshots of this journey when you think about it. Like 20 minutes of a 1-year cycle of experiences with these characters. They're popping up in brand new locations. It looks like a shipwrecked situations going on here too, which is kind of wild. But yeah, I like it. This is crazy. Like if this keeps up, a quarter of a century is going to go by the end of the first season practically. Fern's going to be a grown-ass woman by the end of the show, and I have no idea what that means for anything else that's going to be happening. But yeah, overall, let me know what you guys think about my reaction, my thoughts, my commentary, everything else in between in the comments down below. And without further ado, we're going to be starting this in 3, 2, 1, now. Oh, okay, now they're here. Yeah, there's like a shipwreck. The waters used to be beautifully clear. Yeah, that looks like crap, no offense. Oh shoot, a book is payment. Is there spells in there? Frieren only deals in spell. Oh, Flame the legendary mage. So I know I'm gonna get bombarded in the comments unless I make an addendum here. I just want to let you guys know for the remainder of this video, I do in fact call her Flame the legendary mage. I am now aware that her name is pronounced FLAMME the legendary mage, so just wanted to get this out of the way. Otherwise, I know a lot of people were going to mention it in the comments. I apologize. I'm an American. I don't know how to pronounce things. It read Flame with 2 M's and I just ran with it. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoy the video. Pause champ. Hold on. Who's this? Legendary mage. Books attributed to Flame are never real. Oh, who's this Flame? I think they mentioned that in the first episode. Something about the legendary mage. I have to go back and check. I'll check after the episode. I wonder if that's why she's collecting spells to be like the legendary mage Flame. I wonder if that's the blonde-haired lady in the intro, maybe. I have no idea. Oh my God, it's already snowing. Sheesh. A regular customer. How long have they been here? Oh, 3 months. Okay, thank you, lady. I need some context here. A year has passed. Yeah, little snapshots of their life. This is crazy. Yeah, I know. It's already wintertime. Life is flashing before my very eyes. How is she sleeping like that? Lady. Oh my God, she's a mess. Oh my God, she's not a morning person. Yeah, I gotta get my big sister, my little big sister ready for the day. Oh, I love them. I love them. I love both of them so much. I love their colors too. Like the complementary colors, the purple and orange. Oh, I've seen this gif before. Like her cold, her surrounded by the fire. Every morning I wake you up, feed you breakfast, and help you get dressed. Yeah, she's literally like, I'm practically your mother. How did you manage traveling with the... Oh my God, are you kidding me? They probably had to deal even worse back then. Yeah, she just overslept. Dude, this magic is so cool. Oh, are they like bringing in the rebel? They were a whole different breed. Oh, I love this. I feel like I'm constantly being treated whenever I see those little moments of the past. Yeah, that's a gif. I've seen that gif. Is the beach cleanup related to the New Year's festival? It's customary to watch the sunrise on the day of the New Year's festival. It's beautiful how the water reflects off. Oh, I wonder if she was here with her party back in the day, maybe. Oh my God. Dude, this is like clockwork. They're literally the, oh my God, yo, One Piece? Yo, the One Piece is, wait, the box, no! It's a mimic, watch. She's gonna fall in that freaking chest, I swear to God. Oh my God, that's crazy. Yo, they did it. They cleaned up the sea. They cleaned up the beach, nice. Oh, wow, that's cool. They use the magic to check the quality. That's nice. A New Year's festival. She wants to actually stay. Maybe she'll pull an all-nighter. Yeah, I was just, it's like, yeah, instead of me having to fall asleep, I'll just stay awake. Yeah. Ah, I wonder if it has anything to do with her friends. Maybe they saw it in the past, perhaps. It doesn't seem like her to just naturally just... Yeah. I know. The shock left Heiter bedridden. Now she probably regrets not seeing more of them with them. You know? You're that kind of person. Yo, Himmel's him, bro. Yo, you are Himmel. And she fell asleep. No, come on. You gotta see it. I love them. She's such a mess. Ooh, look at that. That looks gorgeous. He's like, damn, Himmel, you wanted me to wake up for this? Yeah. No, come on, stick around. It's not just a sunset. One day that'll be that'll be a memory when that's all you have left as you're old and reminiscing on life, Yeah, and it's a nice little memory they can share now. She's like, oh yeah, I was only able to see this because you woke me up, so I love that. Oh, the village was attacked by demons. The squad! Oh! I'm living for these moments. I swear to God, I'm always looking forward to them. Common belief that there was no afterlife. Dwarves value tradition. I'm skeptical of the idea of a heaven myself. Even if it doesn't exist, I believe it should. Yeah. Life is too good for there to be nothing after, And that's where they're at. They're big chillin'. They're all together. Or Himmel and Heiter, at least. Oh, yeah, you can see in his hands, he's much older. 28 years after the death of Himmel the hero in the Brett region located in the Central Land. Yo, the Central Land are popping off. There he is. They're back. I'm here to hang out. yeah, 30 years, by the way. Oh, come on. A mere 30. Aw, they're little graves. Oh. Wow, look at that. He kept in touch. You're just too indifferent. Yeah, it's not like she didn't care. Val Basin. That place brings back memories. I love how much fun I'm having. I love this show. Oh, the legendary mage again. Hold on, pause, champ. Oh shit, hold on. This might be an overarching plot. Her genuine notes are located somewhere in the Val Basin. Oh, this area. All right, we're gonna be here for a couple years, guys. She's gonna oh my, wait a minute. Is Ison doing the exact same thing that Heiter did? Bro is like, oh, you gotta decipher this grimoire to learn the secrets that are unbeknownst to all. And then she spent like 5 years realizing, oh, you can't stop death. You know what I mean? You can't bring people back from the dead and all that stuff. And now he's like, oh man, these secret mysteries of the legendary mage are somewhere in this basin. And now I'm like, are we falling for this again? I suppose you have all the time. Oh my God, look at Fern in the back. She's like, we gotta do this again. Yeah, Fern is scary when she's mad. Yeah, AKA I kind of like having her around. Oh, look at this. Ison's a part of the squad for a bit. Whoa. Okay. Oh, look at him. Yo, what the heck? Bro's literally Sonic. He's schmoving. Oh, I didn't know Fern could fly. Oh, maybe I forgot. Sheesh. Please don't tell me several years have passed. Huh, looking for... Because I feel sorry for you. That killed me, dude. Oh, are they gonna... Oh, he's trying to get notes to commune with the dead. Holy shit, that would be huge. I don't know if that's real, though. That'd be crazy, but at the same time, it seems too good to be true. Yeah, she definitely has regrets. Oh, it's a massive tree. Hold up. A powerful barrier. Master's hand. Hold on. Wait, who's this? Oh, is this the lady from the intro? Oh my God. Oh, bro, we're getting Frieren's youth. How long ago was this? Hold on, I gotta rewind. I gotta pay attention to this. Once it grows, it'll need to be protected. This place for 1,000 years from now. Wow, that sapling is this tree? You'll be dead by then, but you won't be. Wow, Frieren's literally picking up for everybody now. She's like, I gotta follow up on all these things I did. Wait, Flame is her teacher? Wait, what the hell? I'm like, bro, the plot twist. I thought she said most of the stuff isn't real. Well, I guess maybe she yeah, I was gonna say maybe she would know what she left behind and what she didn't. The legendary hero who's written in magical history. No wonder Frieren's cracked. Are you sure you haven't been around since prehistoric? Wow. 1,000 years from that moment. So she's at least 1,000 years old. Yo, she looks so based. I arrived at the place that people of this world call heaven. Orole, the land where souls rest. I spoke with friends who I've once fought alongside me. Oh my God, look at this place. It might exist. Heaven exists. It's more convenient if it does. But then what about Himmel and Heiter? The northern continent end. It's where the Demon King's cast. Okay. World building, had no idea. You must find Orole and speak with Himmel. Are you serious? Is that what we're doing here? Wow. Okay, we're on a journey. We're going to see Himmel? Really? Is she gonna say all the things she wasn't able to? All right, we have a new destination. This seems a bit more fixated, which is nice. And where the castle is located in the very northernmost end of the continent. Oh, they've been there before. Oh, well, isn't that where they fought the they ended the war or whatever? Like they defeated the Demon King and everyone lived happily ever after, right? So I think they've had history. All she does is drag me around while she searches for magic. Look at that smug face. Yeah, she interacts to get to know Himmel and his companions. Yeah. I wonder what Eisen's thinking. Oh, yeah, oh my God, don't do this to me. Oh, Frieren, you learn. Exactly, like you went on a 10-year journey and you tell them, oh yeah, it's whatever, who cares? My adventure with you wasn't even 1/100th of my life. That's a little harsh. She doesn't know how to communicate properly. She's like, oh, well, I don't care, so they probably don't care as much either, but that's so bittersweet. I really like this original group. Yeah, I love this show, man. I love it. We're on our way to end. All right, we have a new journey. Sorry to ask this of you. It's been a long journey. It took us 10 years. Does he mean like their 10-year journey, or it didn't take them 10 years to get to this point, right? We'll be following the same path Himmel took to, yep, exactly. Okay, that's what it was. I misinterpreted that for a second. Yeah, I had a feeling. I was like, this is when they fought the Demon King 10 years ago. That's what ended their journey. Wow, so she's trekking, she's literally retreading her old footsteps. It'll be a mere... Oh, wait. Wait, are we going on a new 10-year journey? Is that what she just confirmed? Oh, shit. She's like, all right, ready to do it all over again with a new squad. Oh, man. That'd be so funny, though, but, like, gotta get to the north. You gotta make contact. You gotta hope that the place actually exists. You gotta hope that you can actually commune with the dead. What that's gonna mean for Himmel and her in the present, I have no idea. And then you might actually have to like fend off other people that might know about this place or who are also looking for this other place. You never know, but wow, that was a really interesting episode. I really liked that. Another day, another peak episode of Frieren, am I right? This one actually gave a bit of world building from like locations and concepts and stuff like that. They did talk about like death a little bit in episode 2 with, you know, Heiter needing to find a way to like prevent himself from dying and realizing that the grimoire was a big like fluke at the whole time. Basically, he debated her. But yeah, they did mention, actually, I'm gonna go to episode 1 real quick. Give me a second. Yo, that is fucking crazy. At the northernmost end of the continent, I arrived at a place that the people of this world called heaven. Oriole, the land where souls rest. This was literally in the first episode. I was like, wait a minute. They actually talked about the legendary mage Flame. I think this was like scripted from her. Many souls gather there, and I spoke with... Dude, this is literally an excerpt from that book, from this episode that we just watched. In the first episode. That's crazy. And it shows like... This is, oh my God, this is so cool. Oh my God, yo, this is actually fucking crazy cool. Yeah, so look, we were here, so we're in the Central Lands. Bro, this is the coolest shit ever. Hold on. So I full screen the map here, but this is actually really cool because like in the episodes, they just tend to tell you, hey, this is how many years after Himmel died. This is the area we're at. This is warm. which I believe this was in episode 3. This was the trading district, or like the trading like port area, the episode where like they celebrated Fern's birthday and got her like the desserts and stuff like that. And then Gorb is right here. I think this was also in the second half of episode 3, where they ended up fighting against Qual, and then they traveled all the way up the coast here, and you see the ships here. The ships were shipwrecked. This is actually really insanely cool world building. So you actually see all the boats that are here. And then when we got to Gantz, I think this was Gantz, I think this is this episode, the boats were all like destroyed on the shoreline, and then they just fixed it up. And then, or maybe I think that was like later on, like this was early on in the episode. And then we ended up here in the Vol Basin, where we ended up linking up with Ison. And now we're told we have to travel all the way up to the farthest north, past the deep forest. We're probably going to hit some of these other locations along the way. That is incredible world building that they set up in the first episode. And I know that might sound like super extra for me to be like, oh my God, Arnold, it's just a map. It's not that big a deal. But like, it's one thing to like just get thrown like a random map or whatever. But like, to now having gone on some of the journeys, going back to that map, which also like set up this entire moment here with this legendary mage that taught Frieren what she knows, right? 1,000 years ago, mind you. That's really great setup. That's really awesome world building. Like even the map, like with the ships on it, and they just ended up fixing up all the ships for the New Year's festival. I'm a sucker for shit like that. Like I play Genshin Impact. I read like the lore and the weapon and artifacts and the books, almost kind of like a Dark Souls game, where like most of the lore of a Souls game, or even Genshin Impact for that matter, is about like talking to NPCs, reading flavor text, reading books, artifact descriptions, and just piecing together the world that is written and drawn out for you beyond what you're just seen and told. I've been seeing all of these locations, and I've been getting like the little excerpts, like how many years it's been and what location they're in now. But to see that that was set up in the first episode, which I had forgotten about until I was like, wait a minute, legendary mage, I think they mentioned that in the first episode. And then you go back there and it's the literal quote from the book that's mentioned in this episode. I just love shit like that. I'm a sucker for that kind of stuff. That was awesome. And then just going back to this too, you see here, end, Beyond Journey's End, right? Frieren, Beyond Journey's End. So like we're making our way from the Central Lands, and we've been in here for like the first 3 to 4 episodes, and now I think we're going to be working our way up. We'll probably go through some of these other locations and areas. We have a deep forest here, and then they have to make it back to this kingdom area of the Demon King. I don't know if there's a new Demon King in charge. I don't know if this is like, you know, the Demon King was taken down and his son takes over or something like that, but it seems like Frieren is deciding to go on this new like 10-year journey, which seems appropriate. I mentioned it at the beginning of this episode, but every episode they're like, hey, it's been 1 additional year from the last episode since Himmel's death. And I'm like, by the time we finish this season, I feel like a quarter of a century is going to pass if it's 1 year per episode, practically, you know? And it's already been a considerable amount of years since Fern and Frieren like became acquainted. So I feel like we're basically setting up for another 10-year journey. And again, in her eyes, she's like, yeah, it's 10 years, who cares? But like, I feel like after a situation with Himmel and Heiter and being apart for them, and then when you see them again, it's their last moments, and you aren't like, you have to commune with you have to take the chance of communing with them when they're dead to really get all your feelings and thoughts out. I'm hoping and praying that this is actually factual, that this is true, because like the most bittersweet thing about this entire journey are the words that were left unsaid. The emotions that never fully got, you know, the emotions that never fully got communicated to the other, right? I feel like Himmel is like a very gentleman-esque character. Like he's obviously, he's extra, he's a lot of things, but I feel like at the end of the day, he wouldn't force his feelings onto Frieren in a way that would make it seem like he's desperate or anything. Like he would kind of understand her disposition and at the very end be like, well, it sucks that I have feelings for this girl who doesn't really care, or something like that. You know what I mean? I feel like he would be the type that would just accept that that's all it's going to be. And especially when they parted ways, she never saw him again, you know, after 10 years, you know what I mean? Like, they have the ring situation, they have all of these memories and moments, and, you know, things just were left as they were. So I'm really, like, a part of me wants it to happen for closure's sake, especially for Frieren more than anything. A darker part of me feels like it's going to really crush her spirits if it's not true. You know what I mean? Because this is kind of like, this is really great for Eisen to think about Frieren, because like I've been thinking about that too, like regrets. You're kind of having your second shot at kind of like having a better, more, like I feel like her connection and her relationship with Fern is deeper. Not deeper, like you can't put a price on like the 10 years that she was with the other gang, but I feel like she understands, or she might have a better understanding of Fern, or at the very least she's making an effort to, a bit more than like she actually said to her friend, she was like, oh, who cares? It's just a sunset. Like, oh, who cares? 10 years with you guys was nothing, even though for them, that's like a significant part of their life that they're going to carry with them forever. And then to just go on and not see them again. It's not insensitive. Like, obviously she wasn't like trying to be malicious, but like that has an impact, you know? And it's unfortunate that like the difference between them as species and their life and their how they experience things kind of, it was just a disconnect at the end of the day, and it's just sad that it happened. But yeah, the world building of this episode was great. So they have to reach Oriole. I think that's how you say that. The land where the souls rest. And it seems like that's kind of like a heaven of sorts. I don't know if it's just where everybody goes or only good people go or whatever the case might be. She said that she saw warriors that she fought alongside in the past. I'm assuming maybe Frieren will also see her teacher there. That'd be kind of interesting. She'll see Heiter, all things considered, you know, corrupt priest, whatever. Maybe he made it in the end based on what he did for Fern. And then obviously Himmel, the hero. And yeah, I think that would just be a really nice showing. I don't know if this is something that other people know about. Obviously, this is like a secret legendary mage lore that most of the things about her are lies, and I feel like that's to kind of hide the truth within the truth that like not everyone knows about. But yeah, I love this. It seems like we're going on, like we seem to have like a more coordinated effort. We have a very fixed destination now with reaching this land of rest and land of souls to connect with Himmel for Frieren's sake and for Frieren's inner closure, I think. And Fern's learning a thing or two along the way. We got to see Eisen, which was great. I thought Eisen would have had like a protege or an apprentice of his own, maybe when we see him again, because the intro definitely reflects some kind of parallel of that kid with Eisen. So maybe something will happen with Eisen whenever we come back, or, you know, in the future potentially, where we're very early on into this season. So yeah, really, really love the episode. I'm sorry for rambling. This is kind of like how I tend to like share my thoughts and commentary about the episode, my thoughts overall across the board. But yeah, from the intro, like kind of reflecting all the stuff that we got now, this legendary mage who is the teacher of Frieren, who has only lived 1,000 years, not even, like at least 1,000 years, but you know, she seemed pretty young back then too. It just goes to show that I feel like Frieren has like limitless potential to even exceed her master with the magic that she knows and the spells that she's been collecting over the years. It's very clear that like she's in a league all her own, and like Fern can only hope to like reach like 1/10 of like, or like a percentage of a percentage of a percentage of what Frieren can do, you know? But yeah, another great episode. Really cool setup for like this future journey that we're going to be going on. Hopefully we're going to get into some more squabbles with some monsters and stuff like that. I'm wondering when some other party members are going to be involved, or some of the other characters from the intro. But yeah, those are my thoughts. Those are my theories. That's my reaction. I hope you guys enjoyed. As always, leave your thoughts of anything I mentioned in the comment section down below. And yeah, I will see you guys all in the next one. Take care.